Shoulders, one of the most aesthetic muscle group that people have, and one of the highest returns on investment, one of the highest ROIs you will get from training actually your shoulders. Because look, when you have like a sleeveless t-shirt or shirtless at all, and you have at least like a small bump right here on your lateral delts, even if you're skinny, people will think that you work out, or at least you play basketball every day. That's the power of lateral delts. And that was actually, my goal, to develop that bump on my shoulder, so like it goes like this and then goes to my arm. And I've achieved it. And my goal, of course, was achieved to have this bump without any pump in a normal lighting. So in this video specifically, I will go over my favorite and least favorite shoulder exercises. I will rank them accordingly and give a brief explanation to why I prefer ones over the others. So we'll start with lateral raises, both standing and seated. I think that's an A tier right there. Stable, really bread and butter for any shoulder movement. I used to superset them actually, so I would pick my usual weight and do standing lateral raises for maybe like 12-15 reps, and then immediately take smaller weight and do seated for another like 8-10 reps. And when I do them seated, it's a lot of cheating. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of cheating because I just wanted to spam as many reps there as possible. But something is missing there. I think it's the stability, right? I think it's the stability, and when you lift the elbows high enough, you actually rotate the tension from shoulders to traps, and that is just not what we want, right? That's not what we want. But overall, a great shoulder exercise, great specifically for your side delts, to give you that bump. You can cheat when it gets heavy. It's very easy to do drop sets. There's another variation I like to do is bench supported lateral raises. That's A tier as well. It's a more stable variation to regular lateral raises. You won't swing because the bench supports you and you have more controlled movement, right? Well, that is a benefit from regular lateral raises. It has its own limitations, right? So when you very close to the failure, or you have actually reached the failure, you can't squeeze out last reps because you can't swing the weight. You understand, right? You can't swing the weight here. So when you are done, you are done. The game is over, basically. For you, the game is over. So it has its own benefit and it has its own limitation. Dumbbell shoulder press. Look, contrary to main belief, it targets actually both front and lateral delts at the same time. At least that's what Jeff Nippert told me. So if that turns out to be false, don't blame me. Blame him. It also trains your triceps at the same time, so you don't waste your time training just shoulders. But overall, I don't really like it because it's not that much of a controlled movement. You have to stabilize it, right, with your stabilization muscle, so it's not purely for shoulders. And you get the shoulder press with the barbell. That's a B tier as well. It's a good exercise overall, but I think it's too much of a hassle. It's just a regular overhead press, right? It's a great heavy compound movement that beginners should do to build up the muscle base in the first place. But for me, I don't particularly like it. I used to do this exercise like 1.5 years ago when I had more time for gym. So I would actually go to the squat rack, I would set up my bench seated, I would put the safety racks right on my shoulder level. I would sit down and I would do the regular overhead press just seated on the bench, and I could easily go to failure because I had the safety racks right beside me. That was good. But to set it all up, it takes too much time and it's too much hassle. And I'm against too much hassle where it's unnecessary. My channel is actually the opposite thing for too much hassle. Lateral raise machine. I think that's A tier, but really it depends on the machine that you're using. The one that I have in this video actually sucks. I think it's a D tier. It's absolutely trash because it's very unstable and like uncontrolled movement. I hate the way it feels, not enjoyable at all. When you lift your elbows high enough, the tension from shoulders transfers to your traps, and that's not what I want. And that's the only lateral raise machine that the gym has. Other gyms I've seen have actually a normal lateral raise machine, the one where you sit with the chest facing the seat. That one is actually really good, and I love that one. I used to spam the sets out there like crazy all the time. I wish I had that machine at this gym, but I don't. But it's actually a solid machine, but not the one I have in the video. We have seated rear delt flies. I think that's an A tier. A tier. I've only started doing this a couple of weeks ago. Overall, I started training my lateral delts just a couple of weeks ago, but I like it. It's by far not the best for training lateral delts, for sure, because you swing a lot, you don't get the controlled movement, you don't get the constant tension and the best activation. Yeah, but I like it a lot because it requires just dumbbells, and you can take dumbbells with yourself wherever you want. So of course I don't do this exercise specifically by itself. I do it as a drop set, as a superset. Sorry, I'm doing it as a superset, so I can do any exercise I want and superset it with rear delt flies. Because of course you could get a better activation with reverse pec deck. You could get a better activation with reverse cable flies, for sure. But it's much more difficult to do drops, to do superset with cables, because you can't take cables with yourself, and with the pec deck machine, because you can't take pec deck machine with yourself. Smith overhead press, B tier. You know, it's similar to regular overhead press. It's a bit faster to set it up, but because it's a Smith, you have a limited movement range, and it just doesn't feel much comfortable. If you put the bench straight up, right, then it will get very uncomfortable, both at the bottom and at the top. If you set the bench like very straight. If you make it just a little bit, if you make it just a little bit more down, a little bit less inclined, then it just turns out to very inclined bench press. So I'm not sure about this one. That's a B tier. Arnold press. That's a B tier. No, similar to regular shoulder press. I don't really see how this small movement, right? How this small movement would make it a whole different exercise for it to be called the other way, and like it's indifferent, you know. It's indifferent. It doesn't have any more drawbacks or any more benefits than regular dumbbell shoulder press. B tier. Front raises. Front raises I think are a B tier. Could you do either dumbbells or easy bar? I know most people already have overdeveloped front delts compared to lateral and rear delts, and they do front raises anyways. Like, it's so stupid to do. The only situation you could do front raises is if you have genuinely, like, really underdeveloped front delts, which like 99% of people don't have. I actually have underdeveloped front delts compared to other delt parts, and I still don't do this exercise because I don't want to waste my time training just front delt, because it's such a small muscle group. So I hit my front delts through incline Smith press, shoulder press, and incline dumbbell press. And maybe time from time I will do chest press machine. That's it. I don't do front raises. I've tried it, I think 2 weeks ago with the easy bar, like swinging up like this, super uncomfortable. Hate the movement. Face pull. Face pull is a B tier. It's favorite exercise of Athlete X, so I'm sorry for not putting it into S, but I just can't do this. For all of my office slaves, if you do this 2-3 times per week, you will fix your poor posture. It's great for upper back and rear delts. I just personally lack the stability when you go with the higher weight. When I do this standing, now to get more stability, you can lay down on the ground with your back facing the ground. Yeah, you'll get more stability, but I don't want to get my clothes dirty. I don't want my skin to touch the dirt. You could place a yoga mat under your back, but that already sounds like too much of a hassle. And I just don't like too much of a hassle for exercise like this. Reverse pec deck. B tier. Look, I guess it depends on the machine you're using, but I feel like I get a lot of tension at the bottom and very little tension at the top, which should not be the case with pec deck machine, but that's what it is. I don't know if that's the machine specific thing or am I doing something wrong. I just can't really give a good estimation here, so I will go with neutral B tier. Probably in the future I will revise it and maybe change my ranking. Cable lateral raises. S tier. It's a great exercise. I think you could do either with both hands at the same time to save time. Or you could do with one hand, and when you reach the failure, you help yourself with the other hand. It's controlled and stable movement, but for some reason I haven't done it for like a year. We'll likely get back to this. Then you have upright row, the trash of all trash. Like that's a D tier. Could do either with Smith or Easy Bar or with dumbbells if you're some special person. Look, I see too many people doing this. I saw like 3 people do this, and that's already too much because zero people should do this exercise. If I catch you doing this exercise when I'm in the gym, you're flying out of there. You're flying out of my gym because that's not cool with me, man. That's not cool with me. I'm not even sure what the hell does it trains. I don't think it trains your shoulders. I've tried this exercise today just so I can record myself doing this, and I felt terrible. I will never do this again. The main problem I have with this is that it's very unnatural movement for your shoulders. Like, never in the history of our lives were we doing this fucking movement. What are you doing? Like, you're lifting your shirt up? Or like 100 years ago when people were washing their clothes by the river on like this some weird plate, they were doing like this, right? I understand, but they were like maybe at the 45-degree angle. That's it. So the main problem with this, very high shoulder risk injury, very bad for your joints. And I'm not even sure what the hell does it trains. Because it's very unnatural movement, right? I remember a year ago I saw one person doing this, and I asked him, why are you doing this exercise? And you know what he told me? He told me because he feels a nice burn. And I spent like 2 minutes explaining why this exercise is bad. And it was an older person, right? It was an older fat man, maybe like 55 years old. And I told him, don't do this exercise because no one knows what it actually targets. You have a very high shoulder risk injury. It's very bad for your joints. And of course, because it feels nice, because it burns nice, it's not a fucking argument. Guess what? Next week, same person does the same fucking shit. Next week, this same fucking person doing the same fucking exercise. Like, bro, if you're a fat motherfucker or you're skinny as fuck. If I'm giving you an advice, you should just shut up and listen and take my advice. Why people are so fucking ignorant? That's the thing I noticed. The fatter the person is, or the skinnier the person is, the less likely he is to take advice from someone who has more knowledge. The fattest people in the gym will never even ask for advice. Needless to say, take an advice from a fit person. Why? Why is it so? Or like the worst shaped, like skinny fat people will never take advice from someone who looks great. Why? Like, you're getting free advice, just take it. Your brain can't train you. Your brain has kept you fat or skinny for countless years. Your brain, your stupid brain, can't be trusted on how to build muscle. Your brain can't be trusted on how to lose fat. So why the fuck are you listening to your brain when it clearly has no competence? It pisses me off so much. I'm giving so many advices to various people and they just don't listen to me, and they look the same way or even worse in like next year. While I'm able to progress month by month, other people who I give advice to, they don't listen to me and they look fucking worse next year. Say, oh, I should probably eat more protein. I have to start taking creatine. Oh, the gym is not for me. Bro, just... best piece of advice I can give you, just shut up and just do exactly as I say. Word by word, don't even try to come up with your stuff, because you clearly have no competence on building muscle and losing fat. It was a little deviation from the main topic, sorry. That was overall my ranking for shoulder exercises. Look, I hope that was useful. And now the number of people doing upright rows will drop to 0, hopefully to negative. Or maybe someone will explain me why I should do this and why I'm wrong about the upright row. But anyways, these, again, look, these are rankings based on my own preference. They're not like science-based. They're purely bro lifting science, right? With just a little bit of science and like activation and stuff. Look, add these exercises to your routine. Get big shoulders. Get people questioning your natty status. Stay strong.